Hello, 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 YouTube, and hello to you, my fellow metalheads. This is the marvelous Duke Krishnak reporting in with another video for you. This time, this video is going to be an album review. What album, you ask? Well, I will tell you. The name of that album is Relentless Mutation from Archspire. So, let's just jump right into it. Just like they do. And that's exactly what they do. They jump right in there. So, gives you a split second of just like, oh, fun little, and then just boom, they're ready to fucking go. And if you didn't notice, it really starts to develop their own unique sound. And what I'm trying to get at is I'll show you a pinch of that once again. Listen to the vocals, and with the drums. Well, you get what I'm trying to say, maybe. They take this very sort of typewriter approach with the music, and by typewriter, I mean, as the vocals are going, the drums are going, you know. And the vocals are... if that makes sense. Then what I'm trying to get is they go exactly together in a lot of parts. There are parts in which he doesn't take this approach, and it sort of, you know, feels a little bit more natural, and the rest of music tends to be, I guess. But they have this unique sound wherein they focus in on honing those crazy-ass fucking beats on the drums to the vocals. And thus, you know, the rest of the music as a whole, you know. And that's why I really like them. They have this very unique sound, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. They're a tech death band, and a lot of their technicality is not just coming from this sort of playing incredibly fast and the unique vocal patterns and sounds of, you know, and the way they tie it in with the music. It's not just that. It's also, you know, they are very capable of slowing it down if they so feel like it. But they don't very often. And when they do, it's very quick. It's just enough to sort of get you, you know, you're really pumped and you're... And he's just going goddamn fucking insane. Some of the craziest shit I've ever heard. And then it's just like, okay. Okay. Let's get back into it. You know, it's just enough to just calm you down. Then that's kind of the theme of a lot of their music. So it's very versatile, and it really keeps you on your toes. You kind of get like, okay, cool, a little bit of a break, whew, and then just, and then you're like, okay, I should have known. They like to lure you into a sense of false comfort, and they do a very good job at it. Though, throughout the album, they have little bits and pieces of moments where they kind of break. They don't really break that pattern. Let me rephrase that. They add different sides of the sound that you have not previously heard. It's very much within their sort of sound, this sort of typewriter-esque vocals and drums mixed with, you know, then slowing down and relaxing a little bit, and then getting back into it, and then staying away from that drums and vocal sound mixed together, and sort of playing it like not in that way like any other death metal band or whatever would play it as. But they have some unique elements in there that they kind of throw in there on top of their already unique style of playing. And the first moment of that really even shows you in the first minute or so of the first song. And little elements of that trickle through the album in bits and pieces. So, let's see. Here's an example of what I'm trying to get at with that. Yeah, so what they basically show you is they go from that sort of known sound of theirs, and then they go into, okay, well, we're going to slow it down, you know. Maybe we'll throw a breakdown in there, maybe not, you know. We'll see. But then it's the more high-pitched, more melodic sounding aspects of the guitar, and you're like, oh shit. You know, you're already at like almost 2-minute marker, and you're already thinking, oh my goodness. You think you get a little more comfortable, and they throw you a left hook, and it's just this one single song. It's very all over the place, but it's not too all over the place that it sounds off-putting, or it sounds like they don't know what the hell they're doing, and they can't make a coherent song. They do a very good job at wrapping it all together very neatly and perfectly. And good fucking job for that Archspire. I'm very impressed, and really, I've only gotten a few minutes into the album at this point, you know, or you have, you know what I'm trying to say. To take you more towards the middle part of the album here, I will show off another aspect of, you know, their ability to slow it down, make it a little more pretty sounding when the moment arises. You get my point. They have a couple little moments like that in between all that chaoticness that sort of break up the sound. So like I said, they never give you enough time to fully collect your bearings and make you feel like this album is taking a 180 or a 360 or whatever. But they have a little snippet or two for that, as an example, where they slow it down and make it very melodic, and then, you know, just a couple minutes later, they bring you right back up to their more known sound, the more unique aspects that really defines them as a band. Moments like this. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing with my face. I can't even fucking do everything with the fucking music. It's too damn much. But what I really like about that part is they take their kind of classic, like I said, typewriter-ish sound. You're going to be tired of hearing that word by the end of this. And they separate it. So in the beginning part of that sound clip, it's basically just drums, vocals. There's not a whole lot else going on in it, and then they bring you into the rest of the song. And that's unique because they don't always, when I say they combine those two things, the vocals and the drums, and the way they line up a whole lot, in this particular part, they literally do that. You know what I mean? They don't also have the guitar and bass playing in and around it in those parts, but they give you a little bit of this is exactly what we're doing, and then, you know what I mean? It's kind of nice from doing these sort of a little bit of background guitar and bass with that sound, but to just be like, this isn't at its purest, and then we're expanding out, and going back in, and expanding out. It's creative. It shows your skill off, and, you know, shows you what you're comfortable with, but it's also showing, you know, we can change up that sound that we're comfortable with. That's nice. And then, you know, it keeps going with all that craziness and shit with a little bit of breaks in there, here and there. And the way they end it is probably more or less how you expect it. But that's not a bad thing, because when I say you should expect it, I'm saying that's because that's probably the best way to do it. Here we go. I mean, up to the last 10 seconds of the song, it's just, you know, and then they slow it down a little bit, and they show you the more pretty melodic side of their music. And even in that, you know, the very split second of the beginning of that clip that I showed you, you could see how quickly it, you know, went from louder to quieter. You know what I mean? And you can tell that even in that, like, you know, there's more, you know, it does keep very faint, but yeah, it's very only, hold on, it's only like 10 seconds of just fade out, and that little bit of fade out shows off the more melodic, unique, not as distorted guitar and bass sound. And that's cool because that's also a part of their music and not just the crazy chaoticness. All in all, you know, this is the only actual album I've listened to this by this band, and I had heard another review and other things about them, and that's why I wanted to check it out, because I heard some great things. But what I think some of those reviews and other, you know, YouTube comments failed to mention is the fact that they do have a little bit of pig squealing in there, in like a specific song or two, but it's well placed. It's not awkward. If you don't know pig squealing, I mean, it basically sounds like that, I guess. I'm not a professional, but you get what I'm trying to say. And they do it very well, and it's only a little tiny bit just to sort of show you a little bit of difference in their sound and their vocal capacities. That's cool. I always like mixing it up a pinch and kind of catching people off guard and not getting too comfortable, but still comfortable enough to know what they're getting themselves into. And all in all, great fucking album. I'm going to have to listen to the rest of your work, and I look forward to more of your music. That being said, if you didn't notice already, I didn't really have anything to complain about. So, you might not be surprised when I give this a total of a whopping 9 out of 10 stars. I do 0.5s, keep that in mind, so it is not the highest rank, you know, right before the highest ranking. It's halfway, you know, there's still 2 more potential rankings it could be getting. The only minor gripes I have with it, it's really hard to say, but it didn't completely blow me away, okay? There has been albums where I have heard it one time only, and I was like, I'm going to remember this album. This is going to stand the test of time. This is going to be one of my favorite albums of all fucking time. I'm never going to fucking forget about this album. Holy shit, this is God level. Did this particular album by Archspire do that? No. But does it have the potential to be that? Yeah, sure. I'm going to have to give it a little bit more of a look, and I'm going to have to listen to some of their other works before I can fully upgrade it to a 9.5 or 10. But right now, I'm going to put it at a straight 9, just from listening to it a couple of times and not being super familiar with their work. It's definitely very memorable, definitely unique sound, definitely interested to see where they're going to push the tech death limits. And yeah, all in all, fucking great. I don't know why I didn't give it a 10 out of 10, but just for some reason, I just don't think it lives up to some of the other albums that I would rank as a 10 out of 10. So, that's about it. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys agree. Hope you guys feel like listening to that album when you get done with this, because I would highly recommend it. Very, very much so. Good day. Please like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Toodles.